I want to get you out the door with every result from every league in under 15 minutes, so that you're more informed about what's going on in the world of sports.
Hey TJ, what's going on? I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler Sports and this is the Sport Report.
And I'm Chandler and this is Tiger Beat Sports. Welcome to a special edition of this all crazy sports newscast.
Broadcasting from somewhere in the United States.
Hit it, Blaze.
This is the Sport Report.
Sunday, April 28, 2019.
Hey everybody, I'm Chandler with Sports, and this is the Sport Report. It's time to get you caught up on what's happening in the world of sports. This is Top of the Order.
In a year that has been so improbable, the impossible has happened.
This is Top of the Order.
Our top story comes from Boston at the TD Garden, where Sport Report NHL correspondent Jack Esper was. Sadly, we couldn't reach him as he was trying to exit the stadium with a mass of Bruins fans trying to exit with him, but we couldn't get him on the horn. Even though we couldn't get him on the horn, we did watch the game on television on NBCSN. Doc Emmerich and company did a great job once again. In double overtime, it was Matt Duchene, the former Colorado Avalanche / Ottawa Senator and current Columbus Blue Jacket, who scored the game winner, getting it past Tuukka Rask for the Blue Jackets' 3-2 victory to tie the series at 1. This has been an even series so far. They'll play in 2 nights in Columbus. Since we're on the topic of the NHL, the other game was the Dallas Stars at the St. Louis Blues. Stars win 4-2 over the Blues to tie the series at 1 as well. Today's games include 2 games in the NHL. The Carolina Hurricanes are at the New York Islanders at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, 3 p.m. Eastern on NBC. Carolina leads the series 1-0. At 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the Colorado Avalanche travel to San Jose to face off against the Sharks. NBCSN at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. San Jose leads that series 1-0. Now we go from the ice to the hardwood.
Bird takes the shot. It's gone! Oh my goodness! I can't believe it! Jordan with 2 seconds to go puts it up and scores at the buzzer! Michael Jordan has won it for Chicago!
Around the NBA.
There were 2 games on the NBA calendar, and before we get a report from Sport Report NBA correspondent Braden Magnus making his first appearance on the program, let's recap the 2 games from last night. In the final game of the NBA first round, the Denver Nuggets defeated the San Antonio Spurs 90-86. For some reason, the Spurs didn't foul late in the game, with Popovich and the entire coaching staff yelling at their players to foul. Nobody could hear them over the loudness of the Pepsi Center in Denver. Home court advantage really does matter in the playoffs. Nikola Jokic had the first triple-double in a Game 7 since LeBron James in the 2016 NBA Finals versus Golden State, when Golden State blew that 3-1 lead. Jokic had 21 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists for Denver. In the second game of the night, it began the semifinals, this time in the Eastern Conference. Toronto Raptors 108, Philadelphia 76ers 95. Kawhi Leonard becomes the second Toronto Raptors player in history after Vince Carter to have a 40-point 10-rebound game at minimum. He had 45 points and 11 rebounds, a career-high 45 points for Kawhi. When Vince Carter did it in 2001, he had 50 points. So there is a benchmark for Kawhi to hit. We mentioned a few moments ago that we'd be having Sport Report NBA correspondent Braden Magnus on the program making his first appearance, and right now he gets to make his first appearance. We're sending Braden to Oakland for Golden State versus Houston, and then he'll also go to Houston for the Houston portion of the series. This is going to be a fun series, but Braden, after tonight's Game 7, what do we have to look forward to for the second round?
Well, after the Spurs and Nuggets finish their Game 7, it will set up 4 intriguing matchups. In the Eastern Conference, the number 4-seeded Boston Celtics will take on the number 1-seeded Milwaukee Bucks. You and I will love that matchup. Greek Freak, Kyrie, Middleton, Tatum, the list goes on and on. May the best team win. Celtics looking to defy expectations, Milwaukee looking to rewrite history. I wanted to go there, but apparently we already had an NHL correspondent in Boston. The second matchup is between the number 3-seeded Philadelphia 76ers and the number 2-seeded Toronto Raptors. Meek Mill couldn't make Game 1, but honestly, it didn't matter. That series will provide fireworks in many ways. Kawhi Leonard for Toronto, Joel Embiid for Philly. Teams that can make the finals, but only one will survive over the course of the next couple of weeks. Whatever happens, this will be a feisty series. In the Western Conference, it's Houston and Golden State. Again, last year it went to 7 games. This year, the winner could easily face off against the Eastern Conference champ in the NBA Finals. James Harden for Houston, a machine on the boards, on the floor, everywhere. He's the MVP candidate with Giannis Antetokounmpo, or the Greek Freak. Chris Paul dishes out assists to him. Then Golden State, the modern-day dynasty. Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steve Kerr. Yes, the player-turned-coach who played with Jordan and was coached by the Zen master himself, Phil Jackson. This series will be a lot of fun. Finally, the Portland Trail Blazers. Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum lead the Blazers as they look to advance to the conference finals for the first time since 2000. They won an NBA title in 1977 with Bill Walton as their star player, and he was named the finals MVP that year. I wouldn't sleep on this team. I believe they are a dark horse team, and if they keep playing like they are right now, they could beat anybody. Denver is a young team with Jokic and Murray. They're explosive, but they also need to improve on defense. Should be a lot of fun for the second round of the NBA playoffs. I've got a flight to catch. Watch Chef Curry, the beard, play some ball. From the airport down south, I'm NBA sports correspondent Braden Madness. Back to the studio with sports all yours.
Thanks, Braden. There are 2 games on the NBA calendar, and boy, these are some juicy matchups. Both games on ABC. At 1 p.m. Eastern, the Boston Celtics travel to Milwaukee to take on the Bucks, and at 3:30 p.m. Eastern, it's the Houston Rockets at the Golden State Warriors. Now we shift our focus to the Diamond.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone! And Carlton Fisk had a lot of little boy in him right there. Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight and the Mets win it. Touch 'em all, Joe. Home run! Mike Piazza. Jeter backhands from the outfield grass. Got it! Man, what a play!
Now from Major League Baseball.
Mother Nature and baseball do not get along with each other. For the second day in a row, a game got rained out or snowed out in this case, making it 14 games on the MLB calendar. The Detroit Tigers at the Chicago White Sox was snowed out in Chicago. Let's go through the 14 games on the slate. Minnesota Twins 9, Baltimore Orioles 2, St. Louis Cardinals 6, Cincinnati Reds 3, Toronto Blue Jays 7, Oakland Athletics 1. In 10 innings, the San Diego Padres plated 5 runs in the 10th inning alone. 8-3 winners over the Washington Nationals. New York Yankees 6, San Francisco Giants 4. In 10 innings, the Houston Astros walked off against the Cleveland Indians. They win 4-3. It was Tony Kemp who hit a walk-off homer to give the Astros the win. Philadelphia Phillies 12, Miami Marlins 9, Milwaukee Brewers 8, New York Mets 6, Chicago Cubs 9, Arizona Diamondbacks 1, Kansas City Royals 9, LA Angels 4, Texas Rangers 15, Seattle Mariners 1. The Mariners are 5-10 since starting 13-2. LA Dodgers 3, Pittsburgh Pirates 1, Colorado Rockies 9, Atlanta Braves 5. Finally, Tampa Bay Rays 2, Boston Red Sox 1. Finally, we have one important soccer match in England. We'll have Nigel Remington, our Sport Report soccer correspondent, on tomorrow to discuss this matchup. Manchester United versus Chelsea. It's a race for the top 4 when seemingly nobody wants to pick up enough points to play Champions League football next season. These two teams have a chance to pick up 3 points, or 1 and ruin all of their chances. They have a chance to pick up 3 points and climb into the top 4 if Arsenal fall to Leicester in the early game. That's the Sport Report for Sunday, April 28th, 2019.
For now, I'm Chandler.
Thanks for tuning into the Sport Report today. We'll be back tomorrow with the latest in sports. Do you want to contact Chandler Sports or members of the Sport Report team? Visit sportreportcws.com. This podcast is copyrighted by the Sport Report for viewers to understand sports from a news reporting basis. Any other use of this podcast, Sport Report logos, or anything associated with this podcast without the express written consent of Chandler Sports is strictly prohibited.